At goldsilver.com, we have a price match guarantee, free shipping, global storage options, and phenomenal customer service. Thanks for making goldsilver.com your bullion dealer. Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and I'm joined again by Jeff Clark, who just came back from the Vancouver Resources Investment Conference. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike, and it's so great to be back with you. I've missed being on videos with you, so it's nice to see you again. And yes, I'm fresh off the plane here almost from getting back from Vancouver, BC, and the VRIC conference, as we call it. So it was a lot of fun. Now, they had about 1,000 registered attendees, but not everyone showed up. But it was still fairly well attended. It wasn't a blockbuster event in terms of attendance, but there were over 200 companies there representing, the industry. So it was good. I had a lot of fun, and my talk went very well. That'll be out on video probably in a week or two. Cambridge House will release that. But it was very interesting and great to be back just in person with people. And I think the industry is poised to turn around here pretty quickly. So it was very good.
Well, typically when attendance is low at these conferences, that has always been a great time to buy.
Right. And Mike, I just want to say, I did say it in my talk, but I wanted to be one of the first people to publicly congratulate you for hitting 100 million views on your YouTube channel. And that includes Hidden Secrets of Money, of course. But Mike, wow, it just makes me tingly just thinking about it. 100 million views. So Mike, congratulations. What an accomplishment. And you've helped so many people through your education and your videos. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you for that.
Well, thanks. It's been a long road and a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding. So very well worth it. Financial and economic education is the passion. I was a precious metals investor long before I became a dealer. And I started telling people about all of this and started telling them the history of money. And then, writing my book, I wrote an extensive history of money. And I kept on writing the book and way overwriting it. And then that would get cut down to 50 pages. So I wrote a few thousand pages when I was writing my book, and it ended up becoming 200 pages. But it's, a lot of that stuff that had been cut ended up getting into a lot of these videos. So it's the whole process has been a very rewarding process. Just feeling good about what I'm doing is a greater reward than the financial reward. When I first started investing in gold, the first day that I invested, first time, it was $315 was the spot price that day. And wow. Yeah, I don't actually have those particular gold eagles, but I bought a tube of gold eagles on that day. When I moved to Puerto Rico, I sold everything and then repurchased to establish a new cost basis. And I actually was able to repurchase just a little bit lower than what I sold at. So I didn't lose any of my position. I actually gained. But basically, I had, other than selling and repurchasing after just being out for 30 days, I've just accumulated during that time. And the returns of doing this constant accumulation, I am way up because of it. And I've always felt the more that I gold and silver that I collected, the more I felt protected. And because let's face it, since the Fed has been busy blowing one bubble after another bubble after another bubble, and they started doing this in the 90s. And they just blow a bubble and then they pop a bubble. They raise rates way too late, and they create currency for too long. They wait too long to start raising rates, and then they do raise them once they've created massive bubbles, and they always pop that bubble. And it leads to some sort of disaster. So anyway, Jeff, you just came back from Vancouver. Besides what went on up there, what was it that you were presenting? You were one of the presenters at the conference.
Yes, I gave a workshop talk, and that was on gold and silver, of course, and it showed how the previous sell-offs eventually result in huge rebounds. You'll see that in these charts when that talk comes out. Pardon me. I also did a lot of ratios, Mike, which you would like, gold ratios to everything from wine and beer to cars and boats and a beachfront property. That was the title of my talk. So it was very interesting. And then, of course, I gave some of my top mining picks that I like to invest in. So it was a lot of fun.
So should we move along to the tweet of the day?
Yes, let's move along to the tweet of the day. So, Mike, this is a very interesting one. We saw this from our friend Peter Spina, who put this out from Dylan Leclerc. Dylan, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but it's a chart of the Russian ruble, Mike, and it shows how it's crashed. But what he put in here was a tweet from President Biden. We are enforcing an enormous package of economic sanctions that caused the Russian economy to crater. The Russian ruble is down almost 50% since Putin announced his war. It is now worth less than 1 American penny. And Dylan says, legend. So, Mike, what's your reaction to that?
Well, it's we've used this meme many times, but there's this meme with this chess match between Putin and Biden, and Putin is playing with chess pieces, and Biden is playing with checkers.
Right.
And, what's interesting, if you flip this chart upside down, this is basically a chart of the dollar's performance against the ruble. If you flip this chart upside down, you've got the ruble's performance against the dollar. So since that peak there, the ruble has gone up and up and up. I mean, that was the moment that President Biden said this was the moment to invest in the ruble, because you would have gotten massive, massive returns. And everything that he's done with the announcements regarding purchasing, Europe purchasing gas from him or from Russia, having to use rubles, or the price support that they were giving the gold mining sector in Russia, announcing a fixed price for gold in Russian rubles. These things were actually quite brilliant. I don't like Putin, and I don't like this war, and I wish he would just stop this. It's a real danger for the entire world economy, and it does affect all of us. And a lot of people are dead because of it. But it just shows you that all of our schemes and the things that we've done in response to this have been very bungling, almost comedic.
Right. And I think that chart reflects that, and that comment from him reflects that. So,
yeah.
Well, if you're liking this video, please hit the like button down there for us. It helps us out. Mike does all these funds, all of this, including Hidden Secrets of Money, out of his own funds. So it really does help us out when you do that. So on to chart of the day, Mike, and this is very interesting. This basically says still a lot of nonsense in the stock market, and this is from Morgan Stanley. U.S. stocks look overpriced on a price to sales basis. This is basically the Russell 3000, the percent of its constituents with a price sales ratio greater than 10. And you can see just recently how high it hit. It's come down a little bit, but it's still very elevated, Mike.
It's not just elevated; it's elevated beyond the peak of the tech bubble in 2000, the tech.com bubble. So it's insane. I have data going back to 1880 on it's a version of the Buffett indicator. So it's the value of the stock market as compared to the GDP of the country. And it's been out of whack since this entire century, since the late 90s. It has been in a massive bubble with only, after the crashes, the crash in 2000 and the crash in 2008, after the crashes, the PE ratios will visit normal territory, but they have not gone to undervaluation yet, which means that it's not over.
Right.
It's not over until it's over.
Right. It's not time yet to swap out of gold and silver and into stocks. That day,
right.
we
the Dow gold ratio and stuff. Yes.
Right. Well, Mike, we have a very good meme here, and this is very appropriate. I like it because I just mining conference. So share this meme with us.
Well, we'll show you the first frame of this meme first, and then we'll reveal the bottom half of it. So this is basically Jeff proposing to his wife years ago.
That's not far from the truth, I'll tell you.
I'm going to make you mine. She says, oh my God, yes. And then the second frame, really?
She's in a mine working.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. This has been great. We'll see you next time.
This has been great, Mike. Great to see you again. I'll see you next time.